Now at 6, a new OHSU study finds suicide risk among veterans with a cancer diagnosis can remain high for years following that diagnosis. We have the latest from researchers on this study coming up.
Plus, new developments into that chemical tank that ruptured in Longview. Why workplace safety experts say the tank wasn't inspected before that tragic incident just ahead.
And it's the weekend we've all been waiting for. The Grand Floro Starlight Parade is happening tomorrow night. A closer look at the parade route coming up as your News at Sunrise starts right now. Good morning and thank you for joining us here on your Friday. I'm China Green.
And I'm Matthew Herchik. We will get to your weather in just a second, but first we are tracking some breaking news in Wood Village where a motorcyclist is dead after an early morning crash. This is a live look at the scene right now. Crews first responded just before 2:45 this morning to Northeast Gleason Street near Wood Village. Investigators say the motorcycle crashed into the back of a vehicle. The rider was taken to the hospital with serious injuries and later died. The driver of the other vehicle stayed at the scene and is cooperating with investigators. And for more on how this is impacting your Friday morning commute, let's head over to Chris McGinnis.
Yeah, good morning, guys. Photojournalist Chad DeHart on the scene here. We'll give you the close-up and throw this over the map so you can see exactly where this is. Westbound lanes still blocked right now between 238th Drive and Wood Village Boulevard. It looks like Gresham Fire's assisting there in some of the cleanup. It looks like this may be in the closing stages here, but for now, your westbound traffic solution, either Halsey to the north or perhaps Stark Street to the south. We'll certainly keep you posted on that. Up in Clark County, washed out dealing with a fender bender on the ramp from Mill Plain to northbound 205, so that is partially blocked. Give those folks some room to work, and hopefully we'll get that clear soon. Your freeway drive is free and clear of any freeway trouble. We're zipping right along out of Clark County, looking pretty good on the west side as well. In the Banfield, that's a speed limit drive as well. Coming in from Troutdale at last check, just 15 minutes.
Good to see the green there, Chris. Thank you. We have green on the radar. This is right now kind of the bullseye of some light shower activity up around Astoria and Long Beach and then western Washington. And I don't think that changes much today. While there is a chance of a spritzy shower or sprinkle all the way down through Salem, for example, most of today's shower activity is probably going to be up in that northwestern quadrant. Really cool look at the varying cloudiness from Lincoln City, our Chinook Winds Casino Resort camera this morning. 52 there, clouds, and 56 degrees in Portland. To the bus stop we go. Mainly dry out the door in the 50s. A few of you are in the upper 40s, but most of us are 50 or better. And then just that chance of a trace of rain or a sprinkle from time to time. 60 at noon and about 66 when the kids get out of school. And again, for Portland Public, this is it. Final day of school. Back to you.
All right. Thank you very much, Rod. Well, a new OHSU study is taking a closer look at the suicide risk among veterans diagnosed with cancer.
Researchers found the risk is at its highest in the months after diagnosis, but it can stay elevated for years. Sunrise reporter Corey Johnson spoke with the study's lead author. And Corey, how many veterans were included here?
Yeah, Matthew, China researchers looked at nearly a decade of data from nearly 300,000 veterans with cancer, and they say that these findings show that the mental health impact of a cancer diagnosis can extend well beyond treatment. Now, the newly released study examined both fatal and non-fatal suicide attempts among veterans diagnosed with cancer between 2014 and 2023. Now, researchers documented about 2,400 suicide-related events, with nearly 90% of them being non-fatal attempts. The risk was highest during the first 6 months after diagnosis, but that risk remained elevated for as long as 5 years. They also found veterans who received palliative or supportive care had lower rates of suicide-related events, suggesting early support services may help reduce risk. Researchers say even after treatment ends, many patients continue to deal with fear of recurrence, physical side effects, and the emotional toll of cancer. The study finding higher than average risk among veterans under the age of 45, women, unmarried veterans, and American Indian or Alaska Native veterans.
Even not just caregivers, even the medical profession, I think we just need to acknowledge and be aware that patients are struggling with these kind of thoughts and ideas and the depression, anxiety that goes along with the cancer diagnosis.
Now, researchers also say that the study's main purpose was for gathering data. They say the findings highlight an increased need for routine suicide risk screening, especially after diagnosis and through survivorship. Matthew, China.
Corey Johnson reporting live. Thank you, Corey. And if you or someone you know is struggling, help is always available. You can call or text that number on your screen, 988, anytime, day or night, to reach the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline to receive support. Again, that number is 988.
Now to a follow-up on a KGW investigation into military veterans with a rare disease who are being denied benefits they say they've earned.
This morning, the VA secretary is responding to our reporting highlighting the issue. Our investigative team found that veterans across the country diagnosed with inclusion body myositis, also known as IBM, have been denied disability benefits by the VA. Veterans we spoke with and their families believe there's a link between military service and IBM. For some conditions and certain disabilities, the VA automatically presumes military service is to blame and grants benefits without a fight. ALS, also known as Lou Gehrig's disease, is one of them, but IBM is not on that list yet. VA Secretary Doug Collins explains that there is a process. A panel of scientists is now examining the link between IBM and military service, with results expected by late summer of next year, if not sooner.
We just need to make sure that we're continuing to get the evidence, continuing to follow up on what our veterans are telling us, and that will show us the clear path to what we need to do.
Advocates believe the number of veterans diagnosed with IBM may be anywhere from 6 to 19 times higher than the general population. Our investigative reporter Kyle Boshi has been following this story for some time now. You can find his full reporting up right now on KGW.com. Well, the tank that held hundreds of thousands of gallons of dangerous chemicals in Longview was likely never inspected by state or federal officials before it collapsed last week. That's according to one workplace safety expert who says those types of inspections are not required. But tanks below ground, as well as those that hold certain products like oil and gas, do get regular state or federal inspections.
So, because this is above ground, because this is white liquor, it really falls in a more regulatorily gray space where they don't have those kind of increased process safety management regulations. They don't have Department of Ecology. The local fire department.
She says that it's up to the company to clean and maintain the tanks. Nippon Dynawipe has said very little about the circumstances of the blast and the tank itself, only that it will let the facts speak for themselves. Results from state and federal investigations could take months.
In Sherwood, police have issued more than 1,000 warnings to drivers just a week into setting up their new mobile speed cameras. The cameras are set up on the intersection of Southwest Oregon and Lower Roy Street, where the speed limit is set to 25. Sherwood police say that they'll snap a picture of drivers going 11 or more over the speed limit. And for now, speeders will get a warning in the mail before police start issuing citations, but they say that this doesn't replace officers enforcing traffic laws.
We are still trying to get people to slow down and all that kind of stuff. But this is just another tool in the toolbox that we have to keep our community safer.
Police say warnings will be issued through June 22nd with the start of citations on June 23rd. Officers say since these cameras are mobile, they'll eventually move them to a school zone when school starts back up in the fall.
Well, Fleet Week is still going on. This weekend, you can take tours and look at the Navy ships currently docked along Portland's waterfront. But a reminder, there will be more bridge lifts when those ships leave on Monday morning. Lifts are expected to happen between 7 and 11 a.m. Monday on the Broadway, Steel, and Burnside bridges. If you are planning to take your boat on the Willamette River on Monday, you'll also need to be aware of the security zone. The Monoma County Sheriff's Office will have boats at the Steel Bridge and Hawthorne Bridge. Anyone with a motorized boat will need to be escorted through that zone.
Later this morning, the Queen of the Rose Festival will be crowned. It's one of Portland's most time-honored traditions. The Rose Festival Queen represents Portland and the Rose Festival for 1 year, with appearances throughout the country and abroad. When choosing a queen, judges weigh each princess's leadership, scholarship achievements, and civic involvement, among a bunch of other factors. Today's event starts at 11 o'clock in Oregon Square.
And if that's not enough Rose Parade excitement, the Grand Floral Starlight Parade is happening tomorrow night. This is the first year that the Grand Floral and the Starlight Parades have been combined into one giant event. Things all kick off tomorrow at 6:30 tomorrow night. And here's a look at the parade route for you. It starts on NATO Parkway near City Fair and runs through downtown Portland before ending on Southwest Taylor Street.
Well, it is time to get over to Rod for a check of the forecast. All right, Rod, so you said that it might start to be getting better by the time the parade starts. What about me in the morning and the many people that will be out for the Heart Walk? How's things shaping up?
Okay, let's cover that. I like the way you phrased that because you spoke like a weather person. Well, it might kind of, sort of.
Listen, I'm riding the fence here.
Scattered shower patterns are tough to pinpoint. That's what we have tomorrow. It's just tough to say that this is the one spot that's going to get hammered with downpours and this is the one spot that may not get anything. Because the reality is you do have that mix. But overall, I would expect rain during the day. And Matthew, I would expect to have some showers pass in the morning. So here's Futurecast, 7 o'clock tomorrow morning. Kind of numerous showers around the area. And as we go through the day, it's a busy day tomorrow. People in town for Fleet Week and, of course, the parade in the evening. There's a heavy downpour, maybe some hail. That would send you running for cover. That's right about noon. And then here's 2 o'clock, summer situation. 6:30, the time that the Grand Floral Starlight Parade begins. If Futurecast is correct, the chance of showers that was this big all of a sudden becomes like that, with the shower activity really starting to wind down. So maybe the parade has a chance to be dry, or at least only have a shower or two and then go on to be dry. So there is hope for Saturday evening. Talking about Fleet Week, we've got the Wells Fargo camera zoomed down. You see one of the tops of the ships down there parked along the Willamette. Definitely worth your time to go down there and just visually take a look. It's amazing to see them up close. Temperatures out the door this morning are in the 50s, 56 in Portland, 51 degrees in Salem. This will be a dry Friday with partly sunny skies, central and eastern areas of our state with the cloud cover and the ongoing threat of some sprinkles or spritzy shower here on the west side with the cool temperatures. I have Portland 66. Tomorrow only 61. It will be in the 50s during the parade tomorrow evening. And whenever it's raining tomorrow, it will only be in the 50s. Sunday's dry, but clouds over. And then we've got another system coming in on Monday. And that is kind of, sort of, we think, your forecast.
Got it right.